These are our stories from the driver's seat. Our opinions only, not our employers or school districts. Student safety and privacy always come first. So no names, faces, routes, or, you know that kid, details ever make it on the podcast.
You're listening to School Bus Banter, Episode 3. What up, Jer?
What?
I don't
What
know.
up, Joe?
What up, Jer?
That was funny. I'm good.
Me too.
I am. We are anticipating some snow this weekend, and it's
You know why?
Why?
Because I have like 2 big trips this weekend.
Oh,
Always snows when I drive. Always.
well, they might get canceled.
No, one is Friday night, and it's going towards the snow. I don't know when it's coming. Do you know when it's coming? When it said it was coming?
It's starting like 1 a.m. Friday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I should plow right into that sucker. Just like last weekend.
Right.
Just a wall going down the highway, no snow, and then a wall of snow.
Yeah.
Just a blizzard.
I kind of wish there was snow on the ground though. I'm not wanting a snowstorm, but like this gross mud / dirt.
It is.
Not great. So
No, especially the thawing out today quite a bit. When we have those blizzards, it's so funny because my little kids, they like are bundled up to where you don't even know who they are. They'll like hop on the bus and I just say hi to the whole lot of them and try and figure it out because they're just bundled up. But then you get to your middle school and they're in shorts and a t-shirt always.
and slides.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I asked them, I said, is your classroom warm? And they said, yeah, that the classrooms are too warm for them.
Well, fucking sorry. Put a coat on while you're on the bus and standing at the bus stop, and then take it off when you get inside. Like, it's not that hard.
Okay, but my kids go from like their nice warm car into my nice warm bus into the nice warm school, so
True.
they're barely outside.
True.
I had a little girl that there was like a day last week where I was really light on my kindergartners. And I was almost like maybe a class hasn't been dismissed yet or something because we were going home. And like, where's our kindergartners? And one of them piped up and said, oh, Miss Joe, a couple of them got the flu shots this week and they went out to recess with no coat on. So now they got the flu.
What?
Like, is that how it works? She was so matter of fact. Like, that was what it was. No coat for recess equals they got the flu.
Did she have her hand on her hip and be like, listen,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
what happened?
This is what it was. She did. It was so cute.
Kids are so
out of the
dumb.
mouth of babes.
Right. And why are you getting your flu shot in January? I guess it's better, better not.
Yeah.
What's the saying?
Better late than never.
Correct. I don't
There
know
you
why I couldn't come up with that. That's not that hard. That's what she said. Okay, real quick before we start into the main part of the show, you can email us, schoolbusbanter@gmail.com. Go ahead and do that. We'd love to have your stories. We're actually going to add some people as guests, not for like the whole show, but like, hey, tell us your story. Like, I actually want to talk to drivers, like, give me your daily, like, what do you do at your district? Tell us like how you do your pre-trips, what crazy rule you have. I don't know, I see a lot of stuff on Facebook and I'm like, wow, that's weird that they do it that way. I just want to hear different stories on that. Or if you have a great bus story too, I want to hear that. And then we have a Facebook group. The link is in the description. Just go ahead and click on that and then you can join us and chat in there.
That would be amazing to hear some fun stuff.
Yeah, I see some people ask questions. Just like everything, when I start something new, I dive into it. So I joined all these Facebook groups, and like there's so many people posting in there, and some of the stuff it's just the dumbest shit you ever read, and some of it's like, oh, that's super interesting. So, not to say they're dumb, but like the shit that they post, it's like, yeah, I have, my boss is making me do this, this, and this, and I don't know if that's legal. And then you read it and you're like, yeah, I don't think that is legal. You shouldn't do that. So just stuff like that where you're, because again, we started this show, right? Because there is not really an outlet for people to talk about it other than typing on Facebook. But like hearing people's stories, that's what we want to do. So email us, join the Facebook group.
Having this platform, like, we don't pretend that we know everything, but with the collection of what people are doing for like student behavior or safety, we can all collect that and just try one and see if it works. Because that would be like the one goal, right? If somebody listening says, "Hey, I tried that and it worked, and it changed my whole dynamic of getting on and driving the bus that day," that'd be awesome.
I think you're right. I think that's the biggest struggle with people when they have a challenging bus for whatever that year, trying to figure out what works for, to get some more, not discipline, that's not the word, but just a little bit more control of your bus. Or if you have a problem kid that you're just trying to manage, you're like, I've tried everything. But then you hear that and you're like, okay, let me try that.
Yep.
So
for sure.
All right, stories from the road. Joe, what do you want to talk about? What's going on from your road?
I want to know why our brand new buses, our drivers are calling in and their electric has just shut down. Like, that one bus was stranded far up in our district, north of our district. And these are brand new buses. And I heard this is the second or third one. And I didn't know if you heard like from the mechanic, like, what is it, something the driver's doing, or is it just literally an electrical component or a sensor or something, and they're just dead. They're dead in the water.
First of all, don't you ever blame the driver. How dare you? Second of all,
our fault.
It's never our fault. Second of all, those buses are not that new. That's like a 3-year-old bus.
It wasn't one of the
new
air conditioned ones.
No, unless I missed one, but I'm pretty sure that was a north of the river driver, and they don't have those.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-year-old bus. But either way, it is random when electrical stuff happens and like the bus went dead. And I mean, it's not brand new, but it's still 3 years old. So I mean,
yeah, it just, to me, that just is like odd. That would be one thing that just completely shuts your bus down.
Well, yes, with it being electrical, you would think that part would just go out instead of just like, can't start my bus.
Yeah.
It just died. Oh, I heard that call too. And if it's the same one we're talking about, I'm just like, oh my God,
I'm at complete opposite end of trying to help them too, of our district.
Right. That's a horrible situation. And, you're talking about the new buses too. I was going to chime in about that because, at least in the state that we're in, every school bus has to get inspected and for the school year. Well, my bus is brand new. I'm wondering why it needed to get inspected. It did get inspected today.
Did it? You're done already?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
One thing we talked about in our main group is, are you allowed to have anything on the window when you're driving? So like you got the windshield and you got your little side, at least in my bus, I have the windshield, then I have little side windows, and then I have like my driver window.
Right. I don't think you are.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, I shared a picture, and the tracking software that we use is on the window for one. So technically that's a violation. But I guess in question, I have a GPS phone, or not GPS. I have a phone holder.
Yep.
And it's on the window. And I did take it down. I was going to leave it down for inspection, and I only had to have it down one day because they inspected the bus. But
and just do it. And that was, something I wanted to touch on is people keep asking, can I leave my name tags up? Can I leave this up if it's taped, if it's magnet? And just, it's not that long. And it doesn't take that much time. Just remove everything. Take your bus down to its natural habitat. Get it all naked with, no personality, no joy, and get it all out of there. And then as soon as your sticker changes to, whatever shape it's going to be, then everything can come back. But just for the sake of, let's pass inspections, let's help our mechanic out and just take everything down. I decorate my bus like crazy. If a kid gives me like a picture that they took time and colored on, I hang it up. I have artwork. I have fancy dancy Amazon magnet picture holders that I print off their name and I put it in there. So it looks nice. My name tags look nice, but they're magnets. So I just took them down. I took them down in order and they'll go right back up in order. It's not hard. I want my bus to pass. I want our district to pass because isn't it's all posted publicly, right? The red tags and stuff.
I'm not sure. I'm going to disagree with you because I left all my pictures up.
Did you?
I even left my, we'll talk about it later, but my little trivia board, I left that up too.
Wow. And it passed, huh?
Yeah. The only thing, nothing was removed. I think it's fine. The mechanic had said as long as it's not covering an exit sign or blocking an exit, like an emergency exit window or a door or anything, you're okay. Yeah. So I left it all up.
I had something, today was my long day where I drive from morning run to afternoon run with my shuttles in between. So I bring 2 bags with me. One's got my snacks, my knitting, blah, blah, blah. And I have it sitting next to me, but it's between me and the driver's window. And I pulled in and a driver that's helping with inspections came running over and said, take everything down right now, like by my window or on my dashboard, because even if I'm running through the parking lot or driving through the parking lot and the inspector sees that, he can come over and red tag my bus right then.
All right, we're getting okay. All right, that's a little extreme in my opinion. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was shocking to me.
Yeah, like, it would be to me. I mean, we got the freaking best mechanic in the world. I'm not really too worried about. I think they're more worried about the mechanics and what's going on underneath. Are they really worried about a freaking teddy bear that's on the dashboard?
Right.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I did. I removed everything right away. I put it in the seat behind me and then back in my car, stuff that I didn't need. But they came running over quite quickly.
Jeez. Wow. Well,
if he's peeking out the window and you're driving through with something he doesn't like, I guess they can come over and red tag you right there. And I don't want that. I don't want to be the one, that they get.
Of course not. So my stories from the road, we talked about in the first episode that I do a midday for benefits, and I am going to bring some of those stories in here because sometimes I feel like Joe gets more stories because she's more, I don't want to, it makes me sound bad, but you're more involved with the kids. You have a bigger relationship, and not that I don't, but I don't seem to get the stories like you do. Anyways, so I work on the playground, and I don't know if it was last week. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We had gotten a lot of warm weather, and one of the other little kids' playgrounds gets flooded.
Oh.
And so
yuck.
We have 2 playgrounds. We have an upper L and a lower L. And one of the workers came out and said, hey, can we bring our kids over? And by then the 4th grader's out, and there was a couple of milling right around me. And I mouthed the word fuck like that, but I said it a little bit louder, and one of the boys was right next to me, and he goes, well, they can't see that because I'm recording audio. He whips his head around, and I was like, ooh, hey, we're cool, right? Like, we're cool. And he just laughed and ran away, and I never heard anything of it. He's a good kid. He's really improved this year. He's not hanging around with the wrong kids. But yeah, I was hoping. He always says this, though. He's like, I ain't no snitch. Now, he didn't say that about our interaction, but I've heard him when we're talking about, hey, what happened on the playground? He'll say, I ain't no snitch.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not too
worried. He's got your back.
I feel like he does. Honestly, what would really happen?
Well, I mean, I don't know, dropping the F-bomb in front of the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I've sworn my bus in front of kids on accident, but it was. Yeah,
you do pretty good. I mean, you keep it under control.
Well, it was flippant. Like, it was a car pulled out in front of me. I was like I said, Oh no, I know what it was. It was I forgot a kid, or I went past the stop. I go, oh shit, like that, and the girl's like, Mr. Jerry, and she goes, it's okay. My dad says that word too.
Yeah. I grew
So
up with that word, so that really isn't the best. It's the F bomb. Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't get in trouble. And then the other thing I had, when we talk about connections, and I got a gift, and it was after Christmas, and it was really cool. I got a hat, and it had a brand name on it, and I had seen. Oh, let me back up. This kid would come to school with a stocking cap, like a winter cap, and it had a brand name on it, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Where'd you get that?" And she was like, "Oh, my mom works for such and such," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Well, after break, she handed me one. And I'm like, oh my
Oh,
gosh. It was like such a thoughtful gift. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It didn't get in till like after Christmas break. And so here you go. And I'm
oh, sweet.
like to have everyone loves a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
Like I like cash too, but like that was super cool. She noted that I liked it and then told her mom. And
Yeah.
then I mean, my little heart was like swimming after that. I was
It
like,
grew 100
it
sizes.
did. It did. So that was cool. That was a good moment.
I received a bus ornament that my student got on that it was this week actually, and goes, this was at the bottom of my backpack. I forgot to give it to you. And it was just it was ornament in the shape of a bus. So it was really cute. It's really heavy, so I'll have to like prop that sucker up. But I love those though, those after ones, like, oh yeah, I put this in my backpack and I forgot about it for a week or so.
What do you so speaking of that, when kids give you stuff, like they draw something. Like it's now mind you, it's like a kindergarten or first grader. Do you put all that up?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So we have something here in our big city, like an art walk. And when that first came out, I did the artwork. I mimicked it on my bus. So I went to the dollar store and got protective paper protectors, so sleeves
Mm-hmm.
that you put the papers in. And I said, if you draw something really nice, we'll put it in these page protectors. And then we lined the entire bus all the way down and all the way back up to the driver's side. And everybody above the seat had like a 11 and a half, 8 by 11 and a half paper, and multiple, or like, same kids drew multiple pictures if some kids didn't want to at all. But, and then I gave them a pencil. I'm like, here's a pencil. Thank you for drawing that. They got pencils. And this is going to be a great segue into my next thing that I want to talk about. But yeah, when we put decorations up or we put pictures up on the bus, the older kids get on, tip their head back, and they look at them. It's conversation piece. And so when I did that art walk all the way down and back on my bus, the upper L, they would just sit there and they're just like, we want to sit here. We have to see, oh, we haven't been in the back. We haven't seen these ones back here. And it was a personality. My bus just took a personality of, people stepped on. Parents wanted to see it because the kids were talking about it. I think it's an expressive way for the kids. They know I want color. So if you give me something that you drew like a stick figure and because you wanted something up there, I'm going to ask you to put some, color on that. And, we really want it to stand out. And yeah, they do it.
Very cool.
They do it.
There's been a few that I've gotten that was just shit. They
Yeah.
were terrible, and I didn't put them up, or I said, "Oh, I brought it home."
Yep. Brought it home, put it on your refrigerator. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. I like that idea though, because I should encourage the kids, because I think a lot of those kids that do draw don't. I mean, they show it to their parents maybe, but like I want to see, like I'd love to see it. My son, my youngest, is a very good artist, and I love to see that stuff when he would like draws it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. And then
Yeah.
like the next year they get better, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're getting so good. And I guess I would keep the crappy ones too, but I got to figure out a way to like, hey, I don't know, make an announcement. Hey, I'd love to get drawings.
Yeah. Well, that's going to go right into my tips and tricks here. We'll just go right into that.
Yeah, sounds like
So we have I don't know if this is like nationwide for Facebook, but we have the buy nothing group, buy being BUY nothing. You can't exchange cash, you can't sell anything. It's, hey, I have something for free, come get it. Or I'm looking for something, in search of something for free. Do you have this? You want to get rid of it. So it's trading, or, you want to get rid of stuff, and it's all free. You can't charge for it. So this summer, I was able to collect like people that were giving away packaged McDonald toys or Burger King toys, or just like a treasure chest full of toys, and they were new. And so I just went through and collected those this summer, and I ended up having a birthday bag for every student this year. So we have a birthday book. I went to the dollar store, got a little notebook, and wrote all the days of the month in there. And I had them sign on their month, who, when their birthday was. And the summer kids, we did all of the June, July, I think it's May now too, isn't it? May, June, July. We did all those when they got back to school in August. And then we did August, so we did September. So we're on January, and I just did my January. I only had 2 in January, but I was able to collect enough toys for free. I didn't spend any of my money. And they each get a little something. It's just something that recognizes it, that it's their birthday. And then people can say happy birthday to them. And, they get something from their teacher usually too. But I paid no money for any of this stuff. And I don't have a lot of kids this year. I think I have 42. We're at 42. This is my lowest count ever for K through 4th grade. And so we're doing birthdays, and I got all that stuff for free. And yes, when I do all of that artwork, I get pencils. There's always that stuff on the Buy Nothing Facebook. I get free pencils. I get erasers. And it's just something that shows, we're here. Here's my art for today. Here's a little eraser. Or you can go and get like 60 erasers in a bag from the Target dollar bin. I'm scrappy. I can find stuff for free.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend money.
I think it's okay to spend money.
Yeah, if you can, sure. I spend it on candy, but
yeah, I like the birthday thing. I should have done that. Well, so when you get your student list, it has other birthdays on there. The printout.
Not mine. No.
Oh yeah,
I don't have birthdays.
Yeah,
no.
It does.
On what student list?
Like when you get a printout of like your turn by turn or whatever, and you get the names on there, their birthdays are on there.
No, not mine.
Are you sure?
I am sure. No, there's no birthdays on there.
I'm gonna have to double check because I got.
Yeah, you double check.
I'm pretty sure it has their birthday on there. But
No.
either way.
Well, I just asked them anyway. I'm just like, we pull in to school and we can't drop until a certain time. So if I pull in a minute too early, I just undo my seatbelt, stand up, get on my microphone, and I'm like, okay, raise your hand if you are a January birthday. And then, they come up and they sign their name to the January page. And it's involvement. It's making them like, oh, they get out of their seat, they get to walk up to the aisle, sign their name. It's involvement. It's just how I want to show that it's their day or their month, really.
Yeah.
Because they're little kids.
I thought it would be cool. Well, I thought the birthdays are on there, so you could make a list and then say, this is what I would think I would want to do, because it's just easier. Like, hey, tell me your favorite candy. And then on that day, well, I let the kids sit wherever they want in the bus.
For their birthday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have like 4th grade in the back, then 3rd grade, then 2nd grade, 1st and kindergarten. They don't have assigned seats, but they have to sit in that general area.
Okay.
But I thought, maybe I give them, I don't know. Don't you think kids get enough special stuff, though?
I mean, no, not for a kid. No.
Don't think so?
There's no amount. No, there's no amount. And like I said, I have seen it where I've given somebody a pencil and they're like, they get off the bus and they see their friend. They're like, here, you can have this. I have one already. So whatever. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. Maybe it made that friend that they give it to, a pencil. Maybe they needed one. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I always think, kids are so dang spoiled. Is it really going to make them, my kids are spoiled because what day? Oh, it was Christmas. I know we got to wrap this up and move on, but it was Christmas, and Instead of giving my normal candy, I gave them candy canes, and I got kids bitching. Not a lot of them, but a few of them. I'm like, shut the fuck
For
up.
what?
Because it wasn't the regular candy that I normally give out. I usually go to Costco, and it has like gummy stuff in it and just a variety. And they were mad because I got them a candy cane, like and not
Yeah.
even a. I got them not the mint ones, but like the cherry ones, the really
Oh,
good ones, like the fruity ones.
yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
what I did too.
anyways,
It was, yeah, the candy can get quite expensive.
yes.
And I have to be careful because of the peanut allergy. I do have at least 3 that I know of
None of my
that
candy has peanuts. They're not. None of it's chocolate. It's all like gummy stuff.
candy. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We have to be careful with that for sure.
Anything else for tips and tricks you want to touch on?
No, what's your trivia board?
Yeah, I talked about it earlier. This I gotta give credit to one of our senior drivers. Not that she's a senior; she just been there a while. She has this in her bus, and it's just a whiteboard. And you're always talking about engagement and stuff like that. So I write trivia on there or would you rather's.
Oh, yeah.
And the would you rather's, I mean, all this, I'm not coming up with it myself. It's all from the internet. There's like a whole Reddit page of would you rather. Now, some of them are not safe for work.
Yeah.
Some of them are dumb. But like, I think the one I had yesterday was: would you rather have a teleporting watch or shoes that that would let you fly? You know,
Wow.
just stuff like that. So it kind of gets the kids thinking a little bit.
It sparks conversation.
Sparks conversation. Yeah. And then today, the trivia was like, how many gold medals has the U.S. won in the Winter Olympics? So it's stuff that's like, they're probably not going to know it. But then when
Yeah.
they were all guessing low, and when I told them it was 114, they were like, oh my gosh. So it's just those little moments of like, oh yeah. And then I got one girl. She always got to analyze would you rathers.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
breaks apart like
You're type A. Yep.
yeah, so she's like, Mr. Jerry, if you had these shoes, like how high could you fly and how low? I'm like, dude, just one or the other. Just let me know. We don't need to break it down for science.
I have that student that is so specific where I'm like, man, there are a ton of cars in front of me. It's going to take forever to get. And she's like, no, there's 3 cars. You'll get up there. You'll be fine. I'm like, wow, there are, or it is so bright out here. No, it's just a regular day. She's so, I don't know what that word is where
It's
they're
called
just
autism.
no, no. They're so analytical, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
the word that I want? Where they're just like so specific. Like they don't like the words, there's so many, this is gonna take forever. But it's too broad of a word.
Yeah, they don't
for them,
like
I
the
guess. I don't-
exaggeration.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. I have a lot of those.
Yeah, get a whiteboard. It's I don't know. It's probably as big, maybe a little bit bigger than a sheet of paper. And then it's a dry erase, and I draw it up there, and
Now, could you leave that up for inspection?
I
Was
left
that up
it
there?
up.
Really?
And maybe the person that does the pre-check took it down, but they put it right
Oh,
back up in the same spot. Then
wow.
nothing was disturbed. So, but yeah, I recommend getting that, and then I do announcements on it, like when the kids came back from break. Welcome back. Remember, stay seated when moving. No eating on the bus, except I let my
Yeah.
older kids eat. So when they got in after break, they're like, "Oh, does that include us?" I said, "No, I had to keep it up there for the little kids." And then I always put, as always, be kind. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I love it.
So it's great for announcements too. Like when the kids started school, I kept that up all week. The first week, like no trivia, and then the next week, I'm like, all right, now it's time to have some trivia fun. So
Yeah, I love it. That's engaging. That's doing your own thing like that. I don't have that going on. So you
yeah.
got it. You
Well,
got
I
it.
got it from that driver, which I really
Yeah.
appreciate. And
Yep.
she doesn't care that I copied it. She was
Oh
probably
no.
happy that I did.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not it's sharing the information of what works.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
Exact. We're all trying to survive out there, and if
For
anything
sure.
helps and we can band together and make it easier, we need to.
Yeah, well, that's going to fit right into my next story. My entire run is both of my upper L and my lower L, separate runs. They are all tucked into neighborhoods except for one stop. One stop is on a main road. All the rest tucked into a neighborhood. I don't have to worry about traffic, red light runner. Everybody can see me, right? It's nice and slow. But this one stop I have is on the main road. And it is the most anxiety I have of the entire day because I get the red light runners, whether they're coming towards me or coming from around back. So this was one day this week, and I'm on the main road. I have my that one stop. I'm already anxious because I've got two cars behind me. So well in advance, I put on my yellows, put my blinker on, pull over. My kids don't have to cross. I'm dropping them right at their driveway. And as soon as we open the door to let the kids out, I have two stop signs on the side of my bus that come out, one by the driver's side and one in the back. So two. And so my kids are unloading and I look in the back and I'm like, oh, awesome. These people stopped. They're being, great customers today. As I saw that, the person behind me puts his blinker on, goes to pass me. Now they're going on the oncoming traffic, goes to pass me like, oh, excuse me, I'm just going to sneak around you real quick. And passes me with my two red stop signs out. And I lay on that horn, scaring, everybody in the neighborhood. I lay on that horn. And then I tell my kids, you guys, can anybody get that license plate? The color, make, model, what have you, can anybody get that for me? And at that point, my entire bus turns into like a CSI unit. They're going, it's blue, it's Honda, no, it's a Nissan, no, it's a Ford. I'm like, okay, but the plot twist here is that car is now turning into the neighborhood of where I'm going to turn into.
Yes.
So yeah, now we're in a hot pursuit. So I close my doors and I step on it and I take that corner and they're right there pulling into the driveway.
Oh,
the car is just right in front of me. I was able to get from my bus full of detectives the make, the model, the color, the people that were in it, the address that the car resides at, confirmed it because it's one of my kids' neighbors. And so we slowed down while all my kids were getting all this different information. And then we had to go past that car to the intersection in the neighborhood where 15 kids, this is a big stop for me. There's like 15, 17 kids that get off here. And each of them brought up an information for me. They're like, here, I took a picture on my phone. I'm like, no, I don't need a picture or video. But they're like, here's the license plate. Here's the color. I had everything. I had the time stamp on it because I don't have cameras on my stop sign that could have caught that car as it passed me. And so we complete the whole run. And I want to go back as I'm empty. I want to go back into that neighborhood just to make sure that I can confirm that that car resides there, that it wasn't just dropping somebody off. And nope, that car was still in the driveway in the parking lot. So I wrote all of that on the police report. I wrote the car resides here. Here's the address. Here's everything. There's no other information that you need. Please go visit these people and tell them. Just, if they were to get a $200 or $500 ticket, you don't think they'd do it again.
Right.
But I don't even know what happens because all we do is we fill out that form and it gets faxed over to the police. And then that's it. We don't hear anything else.
No follow-up.
No, nothing at all. But my entire bus was just on it. And we had so much fun. They were just like, let's go around again. Let's do it again, And the next day they're like, do you know what happened? Did they go arrest them? Was there a police car that came by? I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do. We don't get the follow-up, but it was great. It was great.
That is amazing.
Have them work for you. They were working for me that day.
I mean, to have that fall in your lap, because normally, the older buses don't have the cameras, and we didn't retrofit them. Like I'm in charge.
Yeah.
They weren't retrofitted. So as the new buses come online, but that being said, I've turned in a couple and the dispatch has looked at them and they're like, oh, didn't get it. Oh, it was blurry. I mean, they've gotten a few, but like they're not 100% proof.
No,
So
no. One other thing that happened was last year when I rode up a red light runner, I got something in the mail from the police department that said your car was seen going around a school bus while its red lights were out.
oh,
And I went, excuse me, I'm the one that wrote this up.
somebody
It was not
screwed
my
up.
car. Yeah. So there was a case number and I was able to call and she was laughing. She was very nice about it. She's like, yeah, we sent it to the wrong person. She's like, we'll make sure that we get it the right address. I'm like, that was just confusing because I would never go around a school bus, right?
Right.
Being a school bus driver, I would never go around one. And it took me a minute to figure out that they got it mixed up and they sent it to the
Yeah.
wrong person.
Well, I'm always trying to bust red light runners, and I do have the camera, and I will still honk. And the other day, I was, hit my button and went to stop, and this is on a busier road, and they're behind me waiting, and then a car, I'm looking ahead, and I'm not crossing anyone. A truck just blows past me, like going the other direction. And I honk on the horn, blah, blah, blah. Well, Joe, I had turned my master switch off, and I thought the reds were out, and they weren't.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of a deal because obviously the kid didn't cross. And honestly, I've done that like 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's happened for sure.
And I even told myself this year, I'm like, listen, when you clear them because you have to clear them for whatever, you're waiting for a parent, let's say, and you're like, every other kid is off. I'm not going to stop traffic with, I'm going to pull over to the side. So I turn it off, but I forget to turn it back on.
Oh.
So
No, I don't flip that switch until the end of the day, but I
turn
understand.
it off at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I never turn it off. Well, clearly I do.
I turn all my I turn my noise. I cancel everything because I had heard that even if you don't, like some of the battery could be running throughout the night. Yeah.
The myth that we hear, that is not a thing. That is totally fine. I mean, obviously, if you have a small draw and you go on Christmas break or summer break, yes.
Yeah. No, I turn it off every day.
Oh my gosh. See, even on our own show, and we've worked together for years, we're finding things out. Because, I leave it on. I leave that on. I leave pretty much, I turn the bus off how it was the night before.
Yeah.
And then I turn it back on. I don't turn anything off.
I think it's a OCD thing where I want to see all the switches the same way.
Okay, fair.
So I want to see them all down.
Yeah.
And that means turning the noise and everything off.
Interesting. Okay.
know.
You're strange. All right. School bus in the news. This one was tough.
This is tough.
And it doesn't happen very often. It was just shocking, by the way, that a student passes away in a injury from a school bus. I mean, it just doesn't happen very often. But this happened in Maine back in December, and it was a school bus stopped. So they were picking the kids up, and the 7-year-old got on the bus, but they approached from the rear, which is a big no-no. And the driver went to close the door because he didn't see the small little one, and it pinned the kid's arm in the door, and he didn't notice. And he drove about, 400 feet and then ended up driving over the kid. Like the kid fell out and then drove over him.
Wow.
So, it's
tragic because you're right. This doesn't happen. So when it does, what do you say to that?
Well, there's big lessons to be learned here. There's big lessons to be learned. Most time, the kids do not approach from the back when they're getting on the bus.
Correct.
And there's no, when I speak of all this, I'm not blaming anyone. So
right.
That's a problem. Problem number 2, the driver didn't check all his mirrors before he took off, clearly. But I don't know how you don't notice a frickin' arm inside the door.
I'm staring at that door. I mean,
Staring.
that was from my trainer. That was just the one thing embedded in is your eyes are on that door.
Yeah, and you're always, when you're pulling away, I'm not going to say that I check my banana mirrors every time, depending on the situational stop. If I have cross kids, or if the kid gets off and walks down the sidewalk or of his driveway and it's one kid and I see him 15 feet away, I might not check my banana mirrors. I probably should as a habit, but I check them. I check them stop specific.
Yeah.
So if I'm crossing kids and I'm ready to go, I'm going boom, 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 boom. I'm checking them all, looking at the door, and then just slowly creep out.
And that's the one thing I was going to bring up is this bus driver, managed time? How's their time on this? Because mine is, I'm so slow. I'm just because I allowed for that. I allowed to go 15, not 25 through my neighborhood, 15, 1-5. And I go that slow because I'm letting my kids get to their stop, first of all, but it's just, I don't know. To me, it just allows me to make sure that everything is safer. I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm never in a hurry either. I'm just terrified of something happening. I'm just like, I don't even care if I'm late for school, right. Like for snow or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. I'll be freaking late. Like, I do not want, I mean, of course, no driver does. But we all know drivers that, they're bumping and running. They're just like hauling ass regardless. And whatever, I'm not, trying to be mean to them or say, you do you. But for me personally, I do not want, I can't imagine having to live with that. And so I try the best I can to creep around like an old person.
Yeah, for sure. Super, super slow. And you can figure that out on your first week back of school. First week back is I'm going to start a minute earlier just to allow for that slowness in between the stops.
Yeah. It's just when I read that, like, if that doesn't go, gee, like if you've been slacking on something, let's say, we all do at times, and you need to tighten it up, whatever it is, checking mirrors better or waiting a little longer. When you read that article, if that doesn't go, shit, I got to be better at this stuff or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It just, God bless.
That's a great way to spin that. Yeah.
I mean, think about that driver. Like, that driver may have been great. It may have been one time he just, whatever. Yeah. It's just that one split second where you decide, that's fine. I don't need to check that mirror. And, I'm like getting chills from like thinking about that. So
it is so sad.
It is. On that depressing note.
There you go. Yeah.
Wrapping up here. This was a good episode. I'm really having fun. We got some feedback. We had good rapport, Joe, like you and I together.
I think because we're both in it for the same reasons, right? I mean, it's just a fun gig to do. My heart is in it because it's my community. And I think it's different for you because you being a male driver, we don't have a lot of male drivers. So you are making that connection on that different viewpoint. So I love this. This is right up my alley. I can talk about these kids all day long.
I know. I have to quell you. Is that the right word? Quell? I don't
know what that means.
I don't either. I think like subdue you a little bit because you'll just talk and talk and talk and tell all your stories, or it'll be a 3-hour podcast and
nobody wants to listen to all that. Yeah.
I don't even want to listen to that. And I'm the one talking. So, all right. What episode was this?
This was 3.
Episode 3 in the books. Yeah. Will be more of this next time. You got anything else you want to add before?
No, we save a couple of those things for the next time because we'll have some good meetings in between there.
For sure.
I'm sure we're going to want to share that.
Yeah. And dude, I always say dude. Dude is a non-gender term for me.
It is. My sister's dude.
Same with bro. Like bros and dudes.
I know. Yeah.
Y'all got to email some stories. Like, we want to hear it for sure. And I really want to get somebody on here just to kind of just talk busing, except not our district.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, they're out there.
they're out there.
They'll find it.
It's
Yeah.
just going to take some time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for listening. As always, same bus,
Same kids.
different stories.
Peace out, dude. See ya, bro.
See you, bro.
See ya, chica.